Hello guys, welcome to another video in this daily algorithm challenge. And in this video, we want to solve the problem, the marks of main pairs. So it is important to read the context, and let's go. We have an array of length 2 multiplied by n, which is an even length. Okay, take note of this. That consists of random integer. So these are the random integer. We are asked to create pairs out of this integer, like as such: 1 and 3, 2 and 6, 5 and 4. Okay, so how can we divide up this pair such that the sum of smaller integer in each pair is maximized? Okay, so basically what I want us to do is to get the sum of all the main pair, but there is something I want you to understand here. Here is an example input, right? So supposing they give us this array as an input, the return value is 6 because the maximum sum pair is 6, equal to the mean of this and of this. The first thing we need to do is to sort these numbers. So if this number is sorted, we're going to have something like this: 2 followed by 3 and followed by 4. Then lastly is going to be 5. Okay, remember they said it's going to be 2 pairs. So if we divide this into 2, we should have one part and the other part. So now we need to return the mean, right? The sum of the mean. So these are the only 2 pairs in the array. So we're going to return this multiply by, so in addition with this, give us 6. Okay, so that is the sum of the main pair. Okay, so in an example like this, right? In an example like this, you can see we need to sort the array first. Okay, then we return the main pairs. We have some constraints here, which says the length of the array is less than 100,000. The value will always contain integers value between minus 1000 and 1000. The final answer will always fit in the integer value. Expected time complexity is O of n log n, and the expected space complexity is O of n. So guys, let us see this in action. So I'm going to copy everything I have here. So I'm going to create a file, and I'm going to call this file marks of main pairs. Okay, so I'm going to paste my content, and I want to give some space for the unit test. Alright guys, so for me, the approach I'm going to do is I'm going to do like jump skip. That is what I'm going to do. Okay, so my approach will be like, first I'm going to sort the array. Then when the array is sorted, so I'm going to count this and jump this, count this and jump this, and count this. So it's like count one, jump the other, count one, jump the other. That is the approach I'm going to use for this. So how do I achieve that, guys? Let us see it in action. So the first thing I want to do is to set up my final result. You can call it sum or anything, but I decided to call it result, and which is going to be 0. So I want to declare my skip variable. My skip variable will be false by default. Okay, will be false by default. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to sort the array. So the norms that is coming, so I'm going to sort it. So this function will sort the array for me. You know, this is unknown. Okay, I need to put dot here. Okay, is any, but if I add IntelliSense, if I add a type here, specify this is a list, you can see this function is going to give me the sum, right, in a sorted format. But let me remove this. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to loop and do the skipping. So I'm going to loop for every index, right, in range. Okay, sorry, for every index in range, in the range of the length of the norm. Okay, remember they told us that the length is going to be an even length. So meaning I can divide the array into two parts easily. Okay, without having a remainder. Okay, so the length of the norms minus 1. Okay, so once this is done, the first thing I want to do is to check if the skip is true. Okay, so if skip is equals to true, I want to set it to false. Okay, so skip is equals to false. Otherwise, I want to set my result. I want to add that value to my result. So the norms of this index will be added to my result. Thereafter, I want to set the skip is equals to true. Okay. So guys, this is all. This is all. So the final, okay, finally, we need to return the result. Okay, so I'm going to save. I believe this should work. So I'm going to run my code. Let me expand my terminal. So I'm going to expand my code and run. You can see we pass all the tests. So let me copy this and go back to the platform. I'm going to go back to the platform. Then I want to run my code. Okay. It's taking time. Let us look at the time and space of this code. All right, so for the time, we are looping through every item of the array. So this loop range is depending on the length of the input. So for that case, this is going to be the big O of n time. Now, for the space, are we allocating any memory? You can see we are not allocating any memory. The only thing we're doing is we are summing the value of a particular index. So this is the big O of one space, which is the constant space. All right, I think we will perform better. Okay, yes, this has been completed. Excellent. So I think we will perform better than expected. So let's say the big O of n log n, and what we achieved was, okay, big O of n and big O of 1. So guys, okay, supposing you are wondering how this works, let me run it in debug mode so that we can see. So I'm going to run this in debug mode. Here's my breakpoint. Then I am going to run, oh, not this one. So I'm going to run here. Yes, you can see my breakpoint, right? So if I step into, so my skip has been set to false, and you can see the input here, which is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, which means the number has been sorted. Okay, so I'm going to loop at every number. So for every index, all right, so you can see the index is 0. So is skip equals to true? No. Okay, so this part of the code will run, and I want to add the first item, which is I'm going to add 2 to my result. Okay, you can see 2 has been added to my result. Okay, so next is I'm going to loop again. Is skip equals to true? Yes, skip is equals to true. So what I will do is to skip this item. Then this part of the code will run. Then the skip will be set to false. So the loop will go back. Then it will check. Look at the index is now 2. So is skip equals to true? No. So I'm going to add that value inside. So 2 and 4 has been added. So because there is no other item, we are going to return a final result. Okay, so guys, that is all for this video. If this is your first time of coming to my YouTube channel, please ensure you like this video and ensure you subscribe. So thank you very much, guys. I'm going to see you in another video.